Hey everyone. Happy Wellness Wednesday. What is up, Thothschild, Hexander, John J in the UK? Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty chill stream. I just thought, since I'm basically I'm in purgatory right now, life-wise. Let me know if you can hear me all right. Hopefully this here headset is doing the trick. It may cut. I hope it won't cut out. I usually get, I have service around these parts. Like, I've never gone out of service, but I've also never streamed around here. So we will see. But yeah, let me know in the chat if everything is good for you guys on your end. And we're just going to go for a little walk. This is where I'm staying for the next 10-ish days. And for those who have been following me or, paid too close attention, I've been going through some stuff, just real life changes. Thank you, Thoths. See you, hear you. Appreciate that. So yeah, just transitioning, right? So going through a big transition in my life right now and doing something very selfless. And someday I'll share, I'm sure, all of it, but it's a little fresh right now. So I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's put me at a place of really having a lot of emotional growth. I feel like this is a time in my life where, more than probably the last 5 years, I am really starting to understand more about who I am and what that means, and what it means to be a sovereign individual, and what it means to be in my power. Because for so much of my life, and I don't know why, maybe that's part of this journey, is figuring out why it took me so long to get here. But why is it that I have over and over again given my power to others in one way or another? And how do I move forward with the knowledge now that that is detrimental to my existence and ultimately leads to collapse in different ways in my life? So that's kind of where I'm at. That's the path that I'm walking. I had a really amazing weekend. I am so grateful. I mentioned I did a little, I can't remember if I did this on this channel or if I did a Patreon about it, but basically I just had a really low on Friday. And y'all know I don't get that low. Like, I have a very strong mind and happen to be able to see the light, see the positivity in nearly every situation, right? And Friday was just like everything hit, right? Like, everything I've been going through and some of just the little nuances of what was going on in my relationships, it just kind of all came crashing down on me. And I just took myself to the beach. That was the morning I posted if you guys follow me on Twitter, I posted this beautiful sunrise. And I reached out to a really good friend of mine, who helped me just, you have those people in your life that kind of help you just digest things and ruminate on them and figure it out. Where, what is it that I'm needing at this moment in time, and how can I find that within myself? So that's been a huge light bulb that's come on for me, because it's taken me a very long time to be able to not have to lean on someone else. And not that that's bad, right? Hopefully the wind isn't too bad, you guys. But yeah, not that it's bad, not that we cannot lean on others or that we shouldn't. But I believe there are times when we need to realize, or for myself anyways, I needed to realize that I have the ability to lean on myself. I have the ability to call forth from within me that which creates my glow. I think is like the best way to put that, right? Like, people tell me I'm glowing and I have this shine and I have, just, I get thanks for my positivity a lot. And it's really great to finally know and to harness and to cultivate that light within me and not feel like I need someone else to help me shine, or that I need someone else to tell me it's going to be okay. Because I know it's going to be okay. I know that. I also know that the feeling that, when I'm elated and I love people, y'all, obviously. I'm a people person, right? And to be around people, it uplifts me. I feel great. I feel at my best. And it's so interesting that, I feel, I just realized this. I'm echoing one of Richard's sentiments too, is, he feels great when he's around people. And I am totally on that same page. I love just the affection and attention and like the camaraderie, just everything that comes with being around other people, right? So to know that I can still feel, that I can feel those feelings of upliftedness, of shining my light, that I don't need anyone else to be shining for. I can shine for myself, right? So that's a lot of what I wanted to just kind of express. I want to thank y'all for being the family that you are to me. Some of you I've met, some of you I haven't even met yet. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people over this last 6 months that have, started to follow me more and watch me and like come into my chats, and I love it. So speaking of which, let's go back to the chat. What's going on, chat? Let's see. John J says 15 ways is awesome. It's become my backdrop to summer. I have it on during any spare minute. I love that. It's great. I'm so glad I finally got it done. So you're welcome. Let's see. Dap FOMO says thanks for the audiobooks. You're super welcome. Super glad that they're out there now. And Torrance says prayers, I think maybe prayers for my exploration. You have great courage to seek. Thank you. I do, and some people it takes longer than it's taken me, right, to get to this point and to want to do that, right? So many people, I think, worry what they're going to find in there. They worry what's going to get uncovered and what is, below the surface. So it's a little sketch out here. Let's see. All right. Country road. I'm just out in the country, y'all. This is great. And then let's see. Thothschild says, I can't wait to figure out what I'm going to do when I grow up. Darling, you're doing it. You're doing it already. I'm so proud of you. John J says, how do you think you should move forward? SJ, remember, pal, believe in yourself 100%. 100%. I'm there. I believe in myself. I do now. It's taken me, like I said, over and over. It's taken me a long time. I really thought that I had to have maybe someone else's approval or, like just relying too much on the thoughts and actions of others to lift me up. So it's kind of where I was getting to is, Friday, like I was saying, it was just this low point. And over the weekend, getting to spend it with a couple really awesome friends of mine, I had several revelations, many of which I just discussed, and just I'm really looking forward to the next few months of my life, because it's just like the world is my oyster now. Yeah, y'all, you guys. I don't think I've felt this excited about what's coming up in a long time. I remember, so little backstory. I was married twice. I was married at 20 years old. That was many moons ago. And I remember having friends who, around that time that I was getting married, my friends from college, they went to Japan to teach English. I had friends just moving around doing all sorts of different things. And I look back on that time and I regret nothing, right? Like life happens and you got to do what you got to do. But, I look back and I'm like, man, like, what was I doing? Like, I could have gone to Japan. I could have done this. I could have done that. And this is another one of those moments where I'm just like, okay, now I have that capability. Like I just don't even, like, I can't even fathom what's ahead. And that's exciting. That just excites me so much because we're in a bear market. We're in this bear market, right? And, sentiment's down, people are bummed out, and, people are just like, oh, win pulse, win this, win that. But y'all, there's so much else to focus on right now. There's so many things that we can and should be spending our time doing. And that's why I do these streams, because it's good for everyone to remember to take a break sometimes, right? Like, and to remember to do things that are going to enrich your life and bring you peace and bring some beauty into your life. So I came out here because I keep driving by all these beautiful flowers and I really wanted to, I should have brought some scissors. I really wanted to make myself like a little bouquet just to have in my little tent. Ooh. So I'm going to pick some flowers. I think I'm going to have to put this down. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Y'all, I found a 4-leaf clover the other day. It was so cool. I don't pick flowers too often because, oh wow, that smells really nice. Is that Anne's lace? Is that what that is, Thoth? I think these are thistles, the purple ones. And this I've never seen, but this is like this whole field of whatever this is, this beautiful purple flower. I'm gonna grab like a little stem here. Hopefully I'm not stealing someone's crop. I'm out in cropland. Do you guys see all this corn? There's a corn behind me. So yeah, I just feel like our time right now is best spent really looking inside, and I feel like a lot of people have done that, especially over these last couple of years, right? Like we were almost forced to, right? Staying inside, pandemic, this and that. So, now that we're here and we've got some time, right? We're going to have to wait and the world's going to go through what it's going through and there's not much we can do about it, So I think that, again, what we should be doing and focusing on is, hold on, sorry, I have to put this in my armpit real quick, y'all. All right, there we go. Oops. Where am I? What's going on? Am I upside down? We're good? Okay, we're good. Look at this. I've never seen so many purple flowers. I have three different purple flowers in this bouquet right here. So again, it's good, I think, for us to take this time to cultivate something beautiful. And what is it that you feel like you want to bring to the world? What is it that inspires you and brings you joy? Is that something that maybe you can also provide for other people? Something I thought about today too. Oh, butterfly. I was thinking about how I don't scroll too much. I, purposefully have tried not to do that. So I was thinking today, and because when I do scroll, I'm usually looking for something very positive to share. So I was thinking today, well, shoot, what if I spend a little bit of time and I create some little infographics? Because that's what I like to share, is just like kind of cute little infographics that tell you, hey, everything's going to be all right. We're all going to make it. Have a good day. So yeah, I think that's maybe one of my next little endeavors that I'm going to try out and make them all hex colored or something like that, you know. I'm glad that my connection is still good. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Look. Oh, let's see. Let me see. Hi, hello, Prosperity Project. Sorry, Hex Force Truth spoke. Just reading red clover, Canadian thistle, Queen's lace, and this one. What's that one? This purple one. What is it? So pretty. So pretty. I love this, you guys. I legit have never had so many purple flowers in my hand at once. This is very cool. Oh, I wanted to get some of these yellow ones too. Just add a little pop. Add a little pop of color. Corn. Ugh. Look at it all. I bet you they spray it with Monsanto junk. It's probably all Monsanto corn. Sad. You can see some of the ears growing. I tried growing corn 3 different times at 2 different farms, and it was. I get it. I get why we use Monsanto things, because corn is actually very difficult to grow if it's not, you know, GMO, like non-organic pesticide sprayed corn. There are hookers. There are hookers. Come and get your corn. You gotta watch out for them corn hookers. There's smut. This is gross, man. Corn smut, corn hookers. Oops. I didn't even realize I had highlighted it. Here, I'm gonna highlight that one. Yeah, flowers. So yeah, growing corn is wretched. It's not a fun endeavor. Where to go? Agri-gold. What does it mean? Oh goodness, y'all. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. If anyone has any questions, just let me know. I'm just gonna keep walking, and I hope you are walking too. I hope if you're not walking that you get maybe a little bit inspired to go on a walk, because it's a beautiful day if you're able to. It's pretty lovely out. 16 people watching. Hello, 16 people. I appreciate you. Say hello in the chat. Say what's up. Ask a question. Say a thing. This is just we could do a little AMA. I don't know. Yeah, I just was hoping to inspire. That's what I do. You know, people have told me time and time again that just from me living my life, it's inspirational. And so I really want to not take that for granted. I want to do more with that. I feel like I've been given something special, and if I can give back in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to do that. I'll grab a couple of these dandelions here. Oh, hello. What do you think? My beautiful bouquet. I love it. Simple things. It's the simple things in life, y'all. Let's see. Hexdeck16 asks, question, carbs or protein? Protein. Yeah, I don't. And for me, mostly vegetarian protein. I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian. But I do try to limit my meat intake depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll only eat it once or twice a week, sometimes even less than that. So yeah, my body doesn't do well with carbs. I'm not gluten intolerant, but I tend to eat things that are gluten-free. I prefer them. In fact, I just picked up some avocados and some gluten-free chips for a little snack. Delicious. Delicious. Thank you, John. My little bouquet. I love it. Because, you know, sometimes you got to get yourself flowers. No one getting you flowers? You a little sad about that? Go get yourself some. It's beautiful. Guys too, man. Just get every now and then, maybe, like, grab yourself a few flowers to brighten up your day. You know, make your space a little bit brighter. I think that's important too. Something that I personally have, I think I've talked about this a little bit, but something that I've personally found to be very important in my life is keeping clutter down. And really, I mean, I'm a minimalist now, so clutter is like a non-issue. But I want to inspire other people to try to live that life. If you're in a space and the things around you aren't bringing you joy and the things around you are weighing you down, then it's time to clean house. And it's important to be able to let go of things. So there's this beautiful rule in feng shui, right? Not only is it good to let go, but after you've let go and you have the space and you're reorganizing, right? Let's say you're reorganizing your closet and you've got 5 drawers. And you go through all your stuff, you get rid of things. Instead of going out and buying new things right away, or instead of filling up those drawers in a different way at that time, leave space. Always leave space. I can't think of the number. I want to say it's like 10% to 20%. You want to leave space because then that means you always have room for more. If there's space, that means there's always room for more to come in. And that's it's like a mental trick, right? It's a subconscious thing too. It keeps you, in a subconscious way, you're reminded that you still have room to bring more in. So just a little tip I wanted to share on that note. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, look at that. Thoughts, child. Of course you do. Pick yourself flowers. You grow every week. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I actually planted some Gerber daisies at one of my crash and landing pads. Like I said, y'all, I'm in purgatory right now. I am in the middle of life. I'm kind of floating like a butterfly in the ether. So it's interesting. And I feel grateful that because I have such a gypsy soul and I've lived on the road from time to time, that I don't feel lost. I don't feel like I don't have a home. I don't feel like I'm alone. I feel like there's nothing but opportunity right now. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, John J. UK says, I can't wait to be in a financial position that will unshackle me from the rat race and allow me to help people. Preaching to the choir, John J. That's all of us, right? It's going to take some time, and it's crazy. It's tough because a little over a year ago when I got into Hex, I was thinking, oh man, this is awesome. I set up short stakes, a few of them, and they've come and gone, with nothing to show because of the timing. But I also created a staking ladder, and I know that, we've got time and things are going to start popping off. It's going to be amazing. That's the thing, is like, I know it, like I feel it in my bones that after listening, and that it's not just my intuition, right? I spent hours, hundreds of hours listening to people like Whales Only One and Crypto Coffee and, Maddie Allen, just listening to really get a solid basis and to get a solid foundation for what it was I was investing in. So just that, don't let that excitement die. Don't let that anticipation fade. It's hard right now because I was definitely not expecting to have to wait this long, but I knew nothing. Nothing, Jon Snow. I had no clue at the time. I didn't realize the way cycles work, or bull markets and bear markets. I barely knew anything about, the fiat, legacy system in general. So it's just a matter of time, John Jay. We're totally going to get there. Let's see. Zooted on Hextasy. Never seen you before. I love your name. Thank you very much. I am having a great day. It's good to see you. Let's see. John Jay says, I just sent a bouquet to a recruitment consultant who put me forward for a new job. She called me almost crying. It made her week. So much joy for a small outlay. For real. It's just such a small thing. It's a little thing. It's so meaningful and so precious. Let's see. Zooted on Hextasy says, sorry. I've never experienced the feeling of everywhere is home. Hopefully 100 acres somewhere secluded will bring it. For real. That sounds awesome. That sounds lovely. Yeah. Oh, what else? What else is going on? How are y'all doing? I really, I'm not a therapist and by any means, but I'm here. I'm here. And if you all like want to share something, if you want my opinion on something, if you want me to try and give advice, I'm down. This is not financial advice, but I have plenty of other advice. I mean, I've definitely, especially I would say relationship advice, friendship advice. I've had a lot of experience with different relationships and friendships coming and going and things like that. I may not look it. People usually think I'm about 10 years younger than I am, but I feel, especially at this time in my life, I feel very wise where I'm at, and I know I've still got a lot to learn. I still got a lot of life to live, and still got a lot of growth to be had. But if there's anything I can do to be of help, to anyone else here in the community, I'm about it. And that's why I am so grateful, and I feel so honored that I'm able to bring Richard's books out to people. And I'm hopeful that he has more content. I am going to go through SciVive, going to edit it, re-edit it, and narrate it again. And I think that after that, I want to ask him if he wants to try and like do something new, like if he wants to come out with another book, or maybe even like an update to SciVive, or like another chapter or something, because I feel like he's still got so much to say, and especially with what we've been through the last 3 years. I mean, SciVive was written, as far as I can tell or have sussed out, it's been at least 5 or 6 years, probably more than that, since he wrote it. So yeah, I definitely think it's and he even speaks about, if you all listen to Fix the World yet, he speaks about how cool it would be to have some kind like wiki for books, where books are updated and added to throughout time, because things change. Oh, I just had a butterfly land on me, so cute. So yeah. Let's see. Hey, RH Max, good to see you. It's hard to scroll. It's the tiny little thing. Been at the same university for 25 years, 45, ready to retire. I need life to begin, if that makes sense. For sure. Yeah, absolutely does. I mean, I'm, slightly younger than you, and I feel, it's near 4. So I've heard multiple times, you're at a great place, zooted on Hextasy. You are at a wonderful spot in your life right now, because you're a Hexican, you're staked Hexican, stuff's going to go to the moon, and you're in your 40s. Boy, this is the time of your life. This is the time of your life. My tia, she just constantly could not stop talking about how magical and important and captivating, even in a way, her 40s were. So I honestly am looking forward to that chapter of my life. But yeah. Let's see, Hex Champion says next book. Oh, RH Max says next book, Save Yourself, The Guide to Wealth, Mentally and Monetary with Hex. Did you just come up with that? Or is that a book you're writing? Because that sounds amazing. I like that a lot. Big fan. Hex Champion 369 says, thank you for all you do. I've been listening to SciVive every day at work. I run cranes all day, so it's nice to listen. Nice. I am super stoked to hear that. It makes me very happy in my heart. Mira, soy boricua. Yeah, but I didn't know that until I was 20. So to answer zooted on Hextasy. Also, I call her Tia because I'm adopted. My family that adopted me, they're Spanish, Hispanic, Mexican. So I grew up, my grandmother spoke Spanish, and I did not know until I was 20 years old and met my birth father that I am Puerto Rican. So I actually lived on the island. I moved to Puerto Rico 2 weeks before Hurricanes Irma y Maria hit the island. And boy, howdy, it's crazy. I'm talking about it now. I actually was just thinking about that time in my life, because I ended up, after the hurricanes, while I was in Puerto Rico, I was vegetarian. And I think I was vegan, actually. I think I was vegan and gluten-free while I was living in Puerto Rico. And the hurricanes hit, and I was on the south side of the island in Ponce with my grandmother, and they're not, vegetarian. It's not a big thing in Puerto Rico. I mean, if modern times, yeah, like there's a lot of really great vegan and vegetarian options there now, but it's definitely not the main culture. I mean, if you've ever been to Puerto Rico, like the food is lots of meat, lots of fried stuff. So after the hurricanes hit and we couldn't go to the stores and there was nothing, like you couldn't buy food, you had to just kind of eat whatever you had left. Well, during the hurricane, my grandmother's avocado tree got ripped out of the ground. It died. And so I basically spent 2 weeks eating avocados. Every day I ate avocado, at least 2 or 3. And the avocados in Puerto Rico, they're big. They're like massive, and they're creamy. Oh, they're so good. I miss them. But I bought some avocados today, so I was just kind of thinking about that because I don't eat them as often anymore. I love them, but I just bought a big bag, and I was like, oh man, remember that time when that's all I had to survive on was avocado? Woof. What a trip. What a trip. Let's see. I'm gonna go back over here. Just thought of it, RH Max. That's it. Yeah, I like it. It's a great title. Families from Cuba have family in Miami and Puerto Rico. Super, super. Dale, mira. This party. If you're born Puerto Rican, can you naturally avoid paying capital gains? I wish. That'd be cool. Hey, look, I'm Puerto Rican. I don't have to pay, right? I have to move. You have to live there. It's something like there's an act. It's like Act 60 or Act 62 or something. You have to live there 6 months out of the year to do that. That would be nice. Let's see. What else? What else do we want to do? Where else do we want to go? I find myself a little picnic bench to sit at. Well, thanks for joining me on the walk, y'all. I might end it kind of soon here. It's been half an hour. I just wanted to go for a little walk. I just wanted to say hi, share a little bit. Oh, wow. It actually smells really good. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, so yeah, just a friendly reminder, take care of yourselves. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Let's do a breathing exercise, okay? We're going to breathe. Actually, I'm going to sit down first and then we're going to breathe. But on that note, just remember that, and this is something that I've had to learn the hard way, for people like myself who are either empaths or givers, pleasers, right? Like I find joy in giving and uplifting others. So what I had to learn the hard way is that I cannot give and give and give and give and give because I'll run out, be empty, right? The way that works is you fill yourself up or you get filled up. Do what it is that makes your soul glow. What is it that brings you nourishment? What brings your soul nourishment? And how can you make sure that your cup is full? Because when it is overflowing, then is when you can give. But it has to be overflowing. You have to be able to give from the overflow, because if not, you'll just deplete yourself over and over and over again. And that is what I have done in the past, but no more. No more, my friends, because I am done with that life. Let's go full circle. So I kept kind of trying to get to this point, but what I experienced was Friday was emptiness and ash, right? I felt as if I was in the ashes. And it took this weekend for me to feel finally a sense of rebirth and restoration. And now, okay, I had to sit in the ashes and I had to empty myself of the past and the pain, because I had to make room, right? Just like I was talking about with feng shui. You have to make room. for what's to come. And I cannot contain this glow, y'all. I cannot. It's this fire has started within my soul, and I can feel it burning. I feel it here. There we go, right there. Like whatever chakra that is, my solar plexus, right? Oh, I feel it. And I just can't wait to see what that's going to look like and where I'm going from here. And I'm so glad to have y'all on this journey with me. And I know that I was brought to this group of people for a reason, and that I ended up reading SciVive and doing the audio for a reason, you know? Like it's just, it trips me out, you know? Like the choices that I made in the last year, you know, that have brought me to this point. How phenomenal is it that I decided to do the audiobook? And I just did it selfishly. I did it for myself. I was like, I don't like listening to a robot. So I want to hear a human voice read this book. And I didn't even really I didn't know that much about Richard at the time. I didn't. I was reading the book so that I could learn about him. I was reading the book because I wanted to see if there was anything that I really fundamentally disagreed with and that would pull me away from investing in Hex. And there wasn't anything. If anything, I gained more respect for him. I learned so much. I mean, it took me a long time to read SciVive because I had to look up words. I had to look up names. I had to understand some of the concepts so that I could read them correctly, right? So yeah, you guys, I'm stoked. I'm going to go into chat again real quick, and then we'll do a breathing exercise, and then I'm going to close it out. Like RH Max says, having an avocado tree is my dream. You will. You'll definitely have. Maybe you'll have an avocado farm. Shoot. They're delicious. J. Marina, thanks for coming in. I wish I could scroll this text on the other side, but it's not working on my phone. John J asks, how does being an empath affect close relationships? Oh boy, howdy. Let me tell you. It's that's raw right now because this last relationship, I was with someone who, until it was something where like I knew the whole time that they weren't always, that there was something below the surface. I wasn't being lied to, but I wasn't hearing the whole truth, right? And I knew that. That's because I'm an empath. I could feel it. I felt this person say or express one thing, but I didn't feel that thing. I felt something else with them. So it can be great. It can be a wonderful thing. It can be, if you don't know how to protect yourself from things like that, I would call that in a way someone who's kind of vampiric, right? Like they've got this, maybe even without knowing it, right? Like no fault of theirs, but that is soul sucking. It was soul sucking to me to have this person in my life saying one thing and really feeling another way. And it can be draining. But I think that's actually, you know, John, it's crazy, you know, of course, again, no synchronicities, right? So many synchronicities in this family here. You know, it's no, what is the word I'm looking for? No coincidence. You're talking about that because that is absolutely what I'm talking about, basically, and what I'm going through is learning how to protect myself as an empath. And I just shared something on Twitter actually a couple days ago. There's a guy named Ralph Smart who just did a great video on how to not feel drained as an empath. And a lot of it had to do with what I was just talking about, is filling your own cup, making sure that your cup is full, and then you can give from the overflow of people. But, you know, in this relationship I had, it was like I was the caretaker and the breadwinner and the everything. And so by the time we got to the emotional part of the relationship, I was already drained myself. And it was really difficult to balance, to try and balance that, to try and be there and try to hold space for someone who, you know, wasn't completely forthcoming. So I'm hopeful that as I move forward now in life and I have experienced the detrimental side of being too much of an empath, or not being too much of an empath. I'm me. That's how it's going to be. That's what I'm going to do. But to now know that I have the ability to honor myself and protect that, right? I can only see it being a good thing moving forward, because I now know that I'm not going to put myself in a relationship with someone who will disrespect that part of me or will take for granted that part of me. You know, I'm hopeful that in the future, you know, the people that I have in my life who are aware of that, you know, I had a great conversation, or it was just an exchange with someone who basically, they asked me, you know, it was very respectful. It was like, is it okay if I, you know, share this kind of, you know, sad thing with you? Because, and I don't know if this is just because of how empathic they are, or if they knew that I'm also that way, but just to have that consideration, you know, to not just go to a friend and dump everything on them and be like, oh, like, bleh, let me just like word vomit at you, right? Because I need to do that right now. Well, yeah, you may need to do that, but the person that you're talking to or word vomiting on, they may not be ready for that. They may not be able to handle that. Maybe they're going through something and, you know, they're already feeling low, and then they're empathic and you're just word vomiting at them and it's too much, right? So I want to encourage y'all to think about that too, to be more respectful with the people in your life who you go to for advice, or you go to have, you know, for them to lend an ear. I think it's important that we respect one another and we make sure that, hey, you know, I'm kind of going through something. Do you have the space, right? Do you have the ability and the time for me right now to be able to go through that? And if they don't, you know, this is exactly what I'm going through. If someone doesn't, or even better yet for me, if you do that too much, or if it's something that you are constantly relying on other people to check in to make sure that you're good, learn to check in with yourself and make sure that you're checking in with yourself first, and then that you are good. You're good with yourself. All right, so let me keep going here. It's up DMT. Hi, Samantha Kelly. Good to see you. John J says, oh, hold on. To me, the people around me, I'm giving, helping. Wait, hold on. To the people around me, I am a giving, helping, friendly, happy person. To my family, they see a grumpy, miserable old bastard. That's what I'm saying, you know, like maybe that's part of it, right, John? Like, make sure that you're filling your cup first. And so that when you go out there and you're doing all these things for all these people, so that you're not empty by the time you get home, because that's the deeper relationship, right? You know, you don't want to be that grumpy old person to your family, right? Because that's who needs you the most. So it's definitely important in that case like that, you know, to be filled up and to know that, you know, that you're all right and that you have the capacity. And maybe that means like stepping it back a little bit with people that are outside of your family circle, because they need you too. And I could just be projecting or reading into that, but yes. Yeah, diving deep, infinite water. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So, all right. So what we're going to do is just a quick little breathing exercise. And I should probably start looking some of this stuff up, because I am not trained in any of this at all whatsoever. A couple people really want me to do a yoga channel. And I'm like, well, I could watch someone else do yoga and record myself, or like, you know, stream myself doing someone else's yoga, because I don't know enough even to like host yoga. I can't do that. But I do enjoy talking about wellness and sharing my journey about how I've found to be well. So let's just take the next like 30 seconds. If you happen to have something around you that smells nice, maybe can be uplifting. A lot of citrus. Citrus is a very uplifting scent. Peppermint can be uplifting. If you need something calm, lavender is really great. I recommend everyone buy like an essential oil. Just something like a little room spritzer, some kind of spray with an essential oil in it. You know, none of this bullshit chemical stuff. You can make your own. You can go buy one of those little bottles of some kind of essence of um, some kind of essential oil, and then just put a few drops of that in water in a spray bottle and spritz that around. I'm going to use my bouquet. I'm going to smell these flowers, and I'm just going to take like a deep inhale and exhale, and I'm going to do that 3 times. And just before I do that, I'm going to make sure. Okay, so yeah, we're going to close with this, y'all. Just 3 really deep breaths. If you have something that smells real nice and pretty, do that on your inhale. So here we go. And as you exhale too, try to make it audible, just like you're letting go of something. So another inhale. And last one, pick another flower. I love it. I love it, and I love you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support. Thanks for being on this journey with me. Speaking of support, I've been trying to share. I've been sharing it out and talking about it a lot. And this is a time in my life where I feel like, you know what? I could use some patrons. I could use some patrons in my life. So if you feel like, you really enjoy what I do and you happen to be able to have the financial capacity to support, check out patreon.com/awildsj. I believe it is in the description. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Bye.